This year, we've been reimagining Shaw, and we've also reimagined our Nidre appeal. So we don't want you to give to BES. That's right, we don't want you to give a penny to BES, but we do want you to give to our Nidre appeal to help those people who desperately need assistance at this time of year. You know, in the 12 months since our last Nidre appeal, we've been so happy to see community get back together. And yet, strangely, there's also been that sort of dichotomy in that we've seen on the world stage, we've seen loss and tragedy, we've seen the invasion of Ukraine, the cost of living has gone up phenomenally, which meant that people in the day-to-day are actually uncertain about how they're going to afford the basics. And that's why this year's Nidre appeal is almost more important than last year's. At the same time, you know, as a nation, we've just emerged from mourning for Her Majesty the Queen. And she was a tremendous example of selfless giving. And that really resonates with the Nidre appeal, because however difficult we might be finding the situation at the moment with the cost rising, there are others out there and in our community who are desperately struggling to know how they're going to make ends meet. And we thought very long and hard about where we should send our funds this year. And we've chosen 4 charities: Peace of Mind, Gift, the United Synagogue, and our Hardship Fund, because we feel that those are the best organisations that are going to help the people who really need it at this time of year.
The programme Peace of Mind has been designed to send soldiers away to be hosted by Jewish communities, not only in the UK, but in USA and in Canada. The money which is donated for this programme is not only used to bring soldiers to England, it's part of the financing of the 9-month course which the soldiers are participating in, plus the professional help which they're receiving during this period. Various experiences, particularly in battle, leave them scarred for many, many years. And this is a perfect scenario where the families can offer the hospitality, the soldiers receive the hospitality, and the interaction between the two results in a most wonderful, happy and warm week of events.
This year we want some of the money we raise to also help the United Synagogue's key initiatives: chaplaincy, US Chesed, Tribe and US Living and Learning. Our community continues to benefit from the work of US Chesed, with, for example, over 500 meals being delivered a month to our members. After school and onto university, chaplaincy play a pivotal role supporting our young Jews on campus. And most importantly, should the need arise, helping Jewish students if they face anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism on campus.
So if I didn't have the support of chaplaincy at university, I think it would have been difficult for me to get through the difficult times that I experienced. They really felt like that kind of parental figure who was there checking in on me, making sure I was okay. And the chaplaincy really offered me a lot of welfare support. So every time I was going through something difficult, I would receive messages, I would receive visits. They would always make sure that I was doing okay and that someone was checking in on me to make sure that I wasn't feeling alone.
Gift is a tremendous organisation, what an amazing charity that helps so many people, and also those members of our community who are in need. And their values of chesed, of tzedakah, of kindness and charity are so well aligned to our values as well, particularly as we see through our own Hardship Fund. That's why we need our members to support the Hardship Fund more than ever, because we're facing unprecedented demand on limited resources. And we don't want to have to make that choice of how many people we can help.
I'm a carer for my 2 children, and they both have disabilities. And also, my husband really struggles with his mental health. He finds it really difficult to go outside, so it puts a lot of pressure on me. We find it really hard financially and couldn't cope without the support of the Hardship Fund. If they didn't bring us a weekly package of food and other things, I probably would hardly ever eat.
There are so many people in the community that need help now, more than ever before. We help a variety of people, from people who are not able to work. We also help people that are working all hours of the day, but they're still not getting enough, and it's a real concern.
With the cost of living crisis, we just can't really afford to have proper meals every day. And I'm up at night worrying how we're going to afford the heating felt incredibly embarrassed going back to the hardship fund. But they've been so kind and that they never make me feel bad or like I'm a burden.
Our members have been so generous with previous Nidre appeals that this year we're asking them to be equal, if not more generous. Now we know it's hard this year for everybody, but once again we need to remember there are others who find it even harder. And I think it was Winston Churchill who said that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give.
We don't need to reimagine how our world would look if we had the power to change a few things. We already know, so let's do something about it. Together, as a community, we can make a difference to those who need it most by what we give this week. So don't give to BES, but give through BES. And together, let's make Reimagine Giving a reality.